Okay, let's go.
Hello everyone, welcome back to EV Future Tech, where we explore the latest in electric vehicle technology. In today's video, let's learn something interesting with comparison between gasoline vehicles, which is petrol and diesel vehicles, versus electric vehicles. We will look at how each one works, cost of running, comparison of fuel price versus EV charging price, and which one is better for the future. In today's world, cars are everywhere, right? A few years ago, only rich people could buy a car, but now almost every family has one. That's why we must choose the right vehicle and save lots of money. So today, I am going to explain 7 interesting and important topics comparing gasoline vehicles and electric vehicles. In this video is designed to give you a clear and practical understanding of both types of vehicles and the differences, advantages, and what you need to consider. So this is not just for only automobile engineers. If you are already using a car, or if you are planning to buy a car in the future, or thinking about switching from petrol car to an electric one, then this video is for you. So watch carefully, and by the end of this video you will have a strong idea of which vehicle suits your needs better. So let's get started. The first one, how gasoline vehicles work, which is petrol or diesel vehicles work. How electric vehicles work. The third one is fuel cost versus charging cost. That is an important topic. I will compare fuel cost versus charging cost is 3 regions. First, in the UAE, where I am currently working in electric vehicle sector in UAE. The second one is India, because I am originally from there, and third one is US dollars, since it is a globally recognized currency, making it easy for viewers around the world to understand the comparison. The fourth topic is electric vehicle battery consumption. The fifth topic is maintenance cost. The sixth one is pollution and environment. The seventh one is important, which is better for the future. Let me explain this topic very simple way. The first one, how gasoline vehicles work, which means petrol vehicles work. The petrol or diesel is filled in the fuel tank. This fuel goes into the engine where it burns and creates the power. In that power moves the wheels through gear systems. So engine has many parts like pistons, crankshaft, valves, fuel pump, spark plugs, also gearbox, like exhaust pipe, radiator, etc., etc. So while driving, engine gets very hot, right? So it needs oil and coolant. Let me give a simple example for this petrol or diesel vehicles. Think of a gas stove at home. You light it up, the fire burns, and it gives heat to cook food, right? A petrol engine works the same way. You burn petrol inside the engine, and that it creates power to move the car, right? The second one, how electric vehicles work. Let me explain very simple. An electric vehicle works mainly with 3 important parts like HV battery, controller, and motor. The battery pack stores electrical energy, usually in lithium ion cells. When you press the accelerator, the controller takes power from the battery and regulates how much goes to the motor. The electric motor then converts this electrical energy into mechanical power to rotate the wheels, right? Because the motor gives instant torque, the EV accelerate quickly and run very smoothly. So there is no fuel tank, no gearbox like traditional cars. It's fully powered by electricity. So I will put another one dedicated video explaining the electric vehicles in more details. So stay tuned. Let me give a simple example for this electric vehicle. The EVs are just like a ceiling fan, right? when you switch on power, it spins. So there is no fuel, there is no smoke, just electricity doing the work, right? The same idea here, just EVs are more powerful, right? So before moving to the next topic, I want to tell you something cool. What is that? An electric vehicle is just like a mobile phone with wheels. Let's break down it together with easy and fun small examples. The electric vehicle charging is like charging your phone, right? The electric vehicle charging is like charging your phone. So imagine your phone has a four wheels. When your phone battery is low, what you do? What do you do? You use your phone charger, right? In the same way, EV have chargers. The electric vehicle have like phone chargers. And you can charge your electric car at home or at a public charging station. When you are free or about to sleep, you can charge it at home and save a lot of money. Right? In the next topic, I will explain exactly how much money you can save by using electric vehicles. So the next one, for example, software updates like your phone. You know how your phone sometimes gets software updates? That's to improve existing features and add new ones. So same electric vehicles also get software updates over the year, like your phone. Your car keeps improving, better driving and better range, sometimes even new features. Like the third one, touch screen. Your phone has a touch screen and mobile application, right? Similarly, inside an EVs you will find a big touch screen with maps, music, voice control and many other features. It feels like you are using a gained smartphone while driving. The next is silent mode. When you want to put your phone on silent mode, you can, right? Similarly, the EVs don't make any noise while driving, right? It's smooth and quiet, like your phone when it's on silent mode. The next is power saving mode. When your phone reaches 10 or 20% charge, it goes into power saving mode, right? Similarly, the electric vehicle or smart, they have an eco mode for power saving. They have an eco mode for saving power. They know how to save energy, just like your phone has battery saver mode. The eco mode is an electric vehicle is designed to save energy and extend your driving range. When you turn it on, the car reduces the motor's power output and limits acceleration. It also adjusts the air conditioning and other systems to use less electricity. This means the car will feel smoother and less aggressive, but you can drive more kilometers on the same battery charge, right? So the eco mode is perfect for city driving or when you want to maximize the range. The next is the remote control. You can use your mobile phone like a remote control, right? For example, to control your room AC, right? Through your mobile phone, through your mobile application. In the same way, EVs let you use your mobile phone to control the car. You can turn on the AC through your mobile. You can lock or unlock the doors through your mobile and even check the battery percentage through your mobiles, all from your phone. Right, the next is Bluetooth earbuds. There is no external noise, no engine noise, no distraction. Petrol cars or diesel cars make loud engine sounds, right? So the EVs are super silent. It's like switching from noisy speaker to Bluetooth earbuds. Peaceful and clear, right? So remember, An electric car is just like a smart mobile phone on wheels. You can charge it and update it. You can control it with your phone, and it moves quietly, smartly, and saves your money. That's the future, and it's already here. So I will move on to the next topic. Don't skip the upcoming ones. That is important topics of the third one, the fuel cost versus charging cost. As I mentioned before, I will compare fuel cost versus charging cost in three regions. First in the UAE, then in India, and finally in the US dollars. Right? Coming to the topic, the petrol cost. Petrol costs average mileage 12 kilometer per liter. That is average mileage. Okay. So in UAE, average fuel price per liter AED 3. So for 100 kilometer, fuel needed 8.5 liters per 100 kilometer. Fuel needed 8.5 liters. So the fuel cost per 100 kilometer 25 AED 25.5, right? So per 100 kilometer fuel needed AED 25.5. Coming to the charging cost, actually the battery consumption is 15 to 20 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometer, right? The electric vehicle battery consumption is 15 to 20 kilowatts hours per 100 kilometer, but it can vary slightly depending on your driving habits and road condition, and depends on the size of the car or car brand and how you drive, right? So here the home electricity cost in the UAE average AED 0.3 to 0.45 per kilowatt hours. So for 100 kilometer charging cost AED 4.5, right? So the home electricity cost only per 100 kilometer AED 4.5, and the public DC fast charge, the cost is AED 1.2 per kilowatt hours or 1 unit. So for 100 kilometer DC public charging cost is 18 AED, right? So the home charge is AED 4.5, the public charge is AED 18, but the fuel price is 25.5 per 100 kilometer. So AED 21.5 cost saving per 100 kilometer, right? So EV charging is approximately 70 to 85 points cheaper than petrol refueling. In the UAE, if you're driving 100 kilometer with petrol cost about 25.5, if you charge your EV at home, it's only around AED 4.5. That's almost 80% cheaper. Even with public charging, it's about at AED 18, still saving you money compared to petrol. And remember, with home charging you can charge overnight, avoid petrol station trips, and reduce maintenance costs since EV have fewer moving parts. Over a year the savings can be thousands of dirhams, plus you are helping reduce emissions and noise of the roads, right? So coming to India, for reference, same I will consider the typical the average mileage is 12 kilometer per liter. Actual mileage may vary depending on driving style, traffic and vehicle condition, right? So I will take average mileage is 12 kilometer per liter. What is the cost? In India, average fuel price is 100 rupees per liter. For 100 kilometer fuel needed 8.5 liter. Per 100 kilometer fuel needed 8.5 liter. The cost of 100 kilometer 850 rupees. The cost of per 100 kilometer 850 rupees in gasoline vehicles, petrol vehicles. What about home charge? The home charge cost in India, the electricity cost in India per unit or per kilowatt hour, per unit 6 to 10 rupees, right? So for 100 kilometer, I will take average price 8 rupees. Okay, for 100 kilometer charging cost is 120 rupees, right? Charging cost, home charging cost per 100 kilometer 120 rupees. The public DC fast charging is rate of 18 to 25 rupees per unit or per kilowatt hours. So I will take average price 22 rupees. For 100 kilometer DC public charge cost is 330 rupees, right? For and per 100 kilometer the public charging cost is 330 rupees. So what is the comparison? The fuel cost of in India per 100 kilometer 850 rupees, the home charge 120 rupees, the DC fast charge 330 rupees. You can savings the cost per 100 kilometer 730 rupees, right? So it's huge amount. So if drive 1000 kilometer, how much cost you saving? 6,800 rupees. If you drive 2000 kilometer, you can save money 13,600 rupees. If you drive 1 year, which means you can save 1,63,200 rupees per year, right? So in 10 years, these petrol expenses savings could help you build your dream house. The huge cost difference, you can save huge amount, right? So think about this. Plus with EVs you save on maintenance, no oil changes, very fewer moving parts and lower wear on brakes. Over a year, depending on your driving, you can save tens of thousands of rupees while also reducing air pollution and noise in cities. So think which one is better. Use home charge at night for the lowest cost. The AC home charging 10 to 80 percentage might take around 8 to 10 hours or 5 to 10 hours, depends upon the charging unit and battery spec. The public charging is convenient but cost little bit more, but useful for long trips. The DC fast charger, most EVs can charge from 10 to 80 percentage in just 15 to 20 minutes. So think about this. The next is US dollars. In US, for driving a normal petrol car in America and United States, the petrol car's average mileage is 25 miles for 1 gallon of fuel. The average fuel price in US $4.5 per gallon. For 100 miles fuel needed per 100 miles $18, 18 US dollars per 100 miles. What about the charging cost? The average battery consumption is 25 kilowatt hours per 100 miles, but this is 15 to 20 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometer. Here 25 kilowatt hours per 100 miles. So the home electricity cost in US 15 cents, which means $0.15 per kilowatt hours. For 100 miles of charging cost is $3.75, right? Per 100 miles the charging cost is $3.75. What about public fast charge? The rate is 40 cents or $0.45 per 100 miles per 100 kilowatt hours, right? So for 100 miles public charge cost is $10, right? So cost comparison, Here the 100 miles, the cost is $18. The home charge cost is $3.75. The public charge is $10. The cost saving is $14.25 per 100 miles. Right? So clearly in the US driving 100 miles in a petrol car cost about only, for petrol cost is 18, but home charging cost is only 3.75. You can save the money 14.25. Right? The benefits don't stop there. EVs have fewer moving parts, so maintenance is cheaper. You will save oil change, engine repairs and brake replacements, everything over a year depending on how much you drive. These savings can add up to hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Right? So the next topic is battery consumption. What is battery consumption? Let me give a small explanation about electric vehicles battery consumption. Same concept of petrol vehicle mileage per liter. Okay, think of the battery like a fuel tank in petrol cars, but instead of petrol or diesels it stores electricity measured in kilowatt hours. Short form is kWh. Right? Now the battery consumption means how much electricity your EV uses to move. Usually measures it like this. Let's say your EV, electric vehicle, has a 60 kilowatt hours battery or 100 kilowatt hours battery, whatever it is. The car consumes is 15 to 20 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometer. Right? So this is the calculation. For car is 60 kilowatt hours battery, the average consumption is, will take 15 kilowatt hour is equal to 4 into 100 kilometer, 400 kilometer range. Same if your car have 100 kilowatts hours battery, it is 67 kilometer range. If your car having 66 kilowatts hours battery or 120 kilowatt hours battery, whatever it is, you can calculation like this. That is the range, the car range. So with one full charge you can go up to, if 60 kilowatt hours 400 kilometer, if 100 kilowatt hours 667 kilometer range, depends on your battery specification. The actual range can change based on your driving habits, road conditions and even weather conditions. So I will explain this more detail in another dedicated video about the battery consumption, how it works and how you can get the most range out of your electric vehicles. So I think you have understood the explanation about this battery consumption. The most people when they visit the electric vehicle showroom ask the first question, what is the range of this car, right? How many kilometers can this car run on a single charge, right? But if you understand the battery power consumption, you can ask a better question, how many kilowatt hours is the battery? If the salesperson tells you it is 100 kilowatt hours or 60 kilowatt hours battery, whatever it is, then you can easily estimate range based on the energy consumption, like this calculation. So, and trust me, the moment you ask about kilowatt hours, the showroom salesperson will realize, okay, this person has technical knowledge, right? So I encourage you to learn this calculation. It will help you understand your EV better and make smarter choice. So the next topic is maintenance cost. When I compare maintenance cost between a gasoline vehicle and electric vehicles, there is a big difference. For example, in gasoline costs, you need an engine oil change every 5,000 to 10,000 kilometers, right? But in electric cars, there is no engine oil. So that cost of completely gone, right? Similarly, spark plugs and belts need periodic replacement in the petrol or diesel vehicles, while EVs don't use them at all. The another one big saving comes from brake pads, right? In gasoline cars, which is petrol or diesel vehicles, brake pads wear out faster. But electric vehicle use regenerative braking system. In a petrol or diesel cars, when you press the brake, the kinetic energy is converted into heat in brake pads or disc, so energy is wasted. But in an electric vehicle, when you lift your foot off the accelerator or press the brake pedal or press the brake, the electric motor works in reverse as a generator. So this converts kinetic energy to electrical energy, which is sent back to the battery storage, which means charge the battery. So finally, the gasoline vehicles require regular transmission service, right? But in electric vehicle, transmission or either minimal or don't need service at all. So overall, electric vehicles not only save on only fuel but also reduce maintenance cost significantly compared to gasoline vehicles. So going to next topic, pollution and environment. Let's talk about the environmental impact of gasoline vehicles and electric vehicles. First, gasoline vehicles, they burn petrol or diesel, right? Releasing the carbon dioxide, CO2, and other harmful gases into the air. This causes air pollution, contributes to global warming, and affects human health. But the electric vehicles runs on electricity, so there are zero tailpipe emissions while driving. If the electricity comes from renewable source like solar or wind, emissions are very low. Even if the electricity is from coal or gas plants, overall emissions are still less than petrol cars over the lifetime of the vehicle. Still have some impact due to battery production, but cleaner and when charged from renewable source. So which is better? Overall, the electric vehicles have a much lower environmental impact than gasoline cars, especially which powered by renewable energy. They reduce air pollution, greenhouse gases, and dependence on fossil fuels. So EVs are better for the planet future. So what is next one? Which is better for the future? Which one is better for daily driving, low fuel cost and low maintenance? The electric vehicle are a great choice. If you need long range and fast refueling, the gasoline vehicles still have some advantage, but EV's infrastructure is growing fast. The future is electric, right? The future is electric vehicle. As battery technology improves and charging networks expand, the electric vehicles will dominate the roads, right? Thanks for watching. If you found this comparison helpful, please like this video, subscribe to EV Future Tech, and hit the bell icon for more EV knowledge and reviews. Comment below. See you in the next video.